Okay, so before we go putting the fly on, I just want to give you a little look around the truck here. So, you know, it's meant to fit a short bed truck. I've got this little hardcover on the back of my truck, so that's kind of taking up a little bit of the space. So if you don't have a hardcover on your truck, you could slide this back another couple of inches and get a better seal or a better fit on this end. Again, it took me a while to figure out where all the posts go, and it is like 35 degrees Celsius with a plus 40 degrees humidity right now, so I'm sweating like a pig. That's just life when you're camping, so I can't pick and choose. But as you can see, this window opens up on the back side here. These windows open up for ventilation. You can see right through the inside. We've got our Hockey Canada logos here. Now what I found is this particular pole happens to be a little bit too short. So let's just imagine for a second that that was the right length. I have to fix that up. This is going to give you a nice sunshade. I still haven't figured out how we hook this sunshade up. We're hooking it up to, I'm thinking here is what that's hooking into, but I'm not 100% certain of what's holding it up just yet. So I'll figure that bit out in a minute. But for now, what I want to do is I want to get the fly on top so you can see what that looks like, and then I'll open it up so you can see the complete inside of the tent. And Ralph just doesn't stop, doesn't matter how hot it gets. Okay, so we just put up our Hockey Canada truck tent, and that took a little longer than I expected it to. I'm not gonna lie. This is like a new product reveal, so this is what it's really like. I had to think about how the poles all fit together. I did mention that on the back of the truck here, I have my hardtop, which is just leaning back right now. But that's taken up a couple of inches of space here, where if this wasn't here, the tent could come right back to the back of the truck bed. So I've given up about 5 inches here for, I think, some space right here at the tailgate. Now, I'm gonna say this, I think this truck, or this tent, is gonna be awesome. Because A, you're off the ground. B, there's lots of room inside there for a nice air mattress. And then you've got lots of ventilation. If I chose to roll up the fly, I've got lots of ventilation in this tent. We're going to be putting this one to the test in 2 weeks when we're up north. And yeah, I'm going to see what this is really all about, and I'll share that video online as well. We'll have it set up with all of our camping gear. Honestly, I think this is going to take, it's going to take a half an hour for one person to put this together and get it up. That's I think no word of lie, but it is super convenient if you're driving a truck and you don't want to be sleeping on the ground. This is a pretty awesome tent to have. I love the Hockey Canada logos that show up here. I think I just have to get this fly a little tighter. That's going to show up really nice. But yeah, we've got the two Hockey Canada logos on either side of the fly. And then underneath, right in here on the underside, if you're not using the fly, then we've got the Hockey Canada logos on both sides there as well. So all in all, I'm going to say right now, for not having slept in this tent yet, I'm going to give it probably an 8 out of 10, only because it was a bit much for me to put together. I had to stop and think a lot, but I think the next time I put it together, it's going to be a lot easier to do. I love the size and capacity of it. And yeah, I mean, I think this one is equally as good as the SUV tent. If you are choosing between the two and you've got an SUV and a truck, I would lean towards the SUV, because you can get that sucker up in about 10 minutes. And you're sleeping in your vehicle, and now you've got a nice lounge area, almost a little Muskoka room off the back end of your truck, which I think is fantastic. Put a couple of chairs there and it's awesome. Gives you a lot more space. But if you're driving a truck and you're looking for something convenient off the ground, this is going to fill the bill for you every day. So if you're looking at buying this tent, chat with me in my email, dave@north-camp.ca. If you have any questions, chat with our online chat assistant. It will be able to answer all of your questions for you as best as we can. But I think this is another winner.